Hello, this is Big Boss Rescue Chief of Humane Emergency Animal Rescue. Welcome to our series, Animal Rescue Postmortem, where we analyze the good, the bad, and the ugly of animal rescues throughout the world.
Back with video number 3. In this video, there are two deer that are attached to each other with either netting or some type of rope, but it looks more like netting. And this guy's going to come in and cut them apart. Let's take a watch. So let's just stop for a second here. They're fight or flight mode. They're going to want to flight. Here comes a predator that's coming directly towards them, and they're trapped. So this increases the danger quite a bit here. However, let's keep watching. It's everything I can do to keep from cussing in these videos without having to bleep out what I say. And I don't know if I should do that or not, but I'm just going to say what I want to say. What the act? Here we go. We've got this guy here that's using scissors. What kind of man doesn't carry a knife that actually does a function? Like what kind of man is that does that? We got scissors. We're going to use scissors to cut whatever this is here, and not a real knife that actually functions, and it's not something that just looks pretty. It down. Let me mute that. Sorry about that. All right, let's just take a quick look here. The dangers right here could be that it starts spinning around on here, making things worse, or it starts kicking at this guy here, which these hooves can do some pretty good damage. If a hoof has a sharp spot on it, it could cut you open, by the way. So I might use like a board in between here. That way there's nothing well, there's nothing. There's a barrier between me and anything that could injure me there and help reduce the potential for injury. And then I also wouldn't just rush in. I would use a binoculars to look at what's going on here closely from a distance, or not very far from where we're at here, but just so I can magnify what I see here and then come up with my plan of how I was going to cut these. You can see that when towards once he gets this thing cut off here, that he didn't plan his cuts. So the one deer will still be attached to the fence. Let's get to that part. So he's using, I don't know, the scissors out of the sewing kit. I'm not sure. I can't believe that any of these scissors are working on this, whatever it is. And that I would be more inclined to try and cut this off of their heads as close to their head as possible. See, so here we are. Now this one's still caught up in the top of that fence there. If you've ever looked at some of these fences, they'll put the twisted sharp side down in the ground sometimes, depending on who put the fence in. But it's still easy for something to get caught on the top of these fences, whether it's the twisted sharp points, or even if it's the hook, the parts that have been bent over on the bottom there. It's easy for twine or netting or something to get caught in that. It wouldn't take much effort. All right. But I would have tried to cut that much closer to their heads to reduce the possibility of this happening in another location where they might be out in the woods. And then if you were using a decent knife and not whatever scissors this guy's using, or whatever they are, then you could cut it very close to the head very quickly at minimal risk to both the rescuer and the animal, and just get it done. You can see there was quite a lot of material still left on its head, so it could end up in this situation again in the future. Let's give this guy. We'll give him a 3 stars. He could have had a 4 or a 5, but he's improperly equipped. He needs to have men. You need to carry a knife that can actually cut something. Particularly if you're around ropes. I use a serrated blade knife when I work around ropes or for cutting ropes, because you can cut through ropes very quickly with the serrated knife. If it's just a straight edge, it's gonna take a while. There are some really good videos on YouTube of people cutting with just a straight edge versus serrated, and the difference is amazing. Look down below, you'll see the email address. Don't forget to send in video links for us to react to, or for me to react to. And then visit our website. It's here911.com. And you know what to do if you're a YouTube watcher. If you've been here on YouTube before and you don't subscribe, why? It's free. Like and share the videos. 2 of the most important things that you can do is like the video and share it on your social media. Give other people a chance to see it, particularly animal welfare professionals. So I told you what I would do a little bit differently on this. That's because if I'm going to it, most likely I'm getting called out there and I have all of my equipment with me. However, the only thing difference here I would have done with that guy is I would have had a proper knife. So dudes, get a knife. There are plenty of videos on YouTube to show you what kind of good knife to get. Okay, that's it for me. I'm out.